The decision to embrace a long-distance relationship marked the beginning of a challenging period for Lucas and me. Despite our best intentions and the plans we had made, the reality of being apart proved more difficult than we had anticipated. As he settled into his new city and job, the distance began to take its toll on both of us. In the beginning, our regular visits and video calls provided a lifeline, keeping our connection strong. Each reunion was filled with joy, and our time together felt precious. However, as the months passed, the strain of conflicting schedules and missed moments started to wear on us. The excitement of each visit was tempered by the inevitable sadness of saying goodbye, and the emotional roller coaster became exhausting. My Aries nature, ever resilient and determined, struggled to adapt to the prolonged separation. I threw myself into my work and personal goals, hoping to fill the void left by Lucas's absence. Yet, the distance created a growing sense of loneliness and frustration. The daily messages and video calls, once a source of comfort, began to feel like insufficient substitutes for real, tangible presence. Lucas, too, found it difficult to balance his new responsibilities with the demands of maintaining a long-distance relationship. His job required more of his time and energy, and I could sense the stress and fatigue in his voice during our calls. The once vibrant connection we shared started to fray under the pressure, and our conversations became strained and filled with unspoken fears. Reflecting on our situation, I realized that the distance was highlighting deeper issues that we had not fully addressed. My Aries impulsiveness and need for constant stimulation clashed with the reality of a relationship that required patience and long-term commitment. The initial passion that had drawn us together was no longer enough to sustain us through the challenges we faced. Despite our efforts to make it work, the cracks in our relationship grew wider. Arguments became more frequent, often sparked by misunderstandings and unmet expectations. The frustration and loneliness we both felt began to overshadow the love and connection we had once cherished. My Aries spirit, which had always thrived on boldness and action, felt helpless in the face of a situation that seemed beyond my control. The day we finally had the difficult conversation about our future was one of the hardest moments of my life. We sat down, each of us knowing that we had reached a breaking point. The love we shared was undeniable, but so were the challenges that seemed insurmountable. As we talked about our fears and frustrations, it became clear that our paths were diverging despite our best efforts to stay connected. Lucas's calm and rational demeanor, which I had always admired, now felt like a barrier between us. His pragmatic approach to our situation highlighted the reality that I had been trying to avoid. Sometimes, love alone is not enough. The Aries in me wanted to fight, to find a way to make it work. But deep down, I knew that prolonging the inevitable would only cause more pain. In the end, we made the heartbreaking decision to part ways. It was a mutual understanding that our individual dreams and the realities of our lives were pulling us in different directions. The sadness and loss were profound, but there was also a sense of relief in acknowledging the truth. Our love had been real and intense, but it was not enough to bridge the gap that had grown between us. As I navigated the aftermath of our breakup, I felt a profound sense of loss. My Aries heart, though bruised, remained strong. The experience left me more introspective, forcing me to confront my own vulnerabilities and the limitations of even the strongest passion. I carried the lessons and memories of our love with me, knowing that they had shaped me in ways I had not anticipated. Despite the heartbreak, I emerged from the experience with a renewed sense of self. The journey with Lucas had taught me the value of resilience, patience, and the importance of aligning my dreams with my reality. My Aries spirit, ever bold and determined, was ready to face the future with renewed determination, knowing that I was capable of navigating the complexities of love and loss. In the quiet moments of reflection, I found solace in the knowledge that our love had been genuine, even if it had not lasted. The pain of parting was a testament to the depth of our connection, and I chose to honor that by moving forward with hope and courage. The future was uncertain, but my Aries heart, ever resilient, was ready to embrace whatever came next, armed with the strength and wisdom gained from my time with Lucas.